Good morning, everyone. Well, it's certainly looking like a stormy afternoon and evening in and around the Quad Cities, and unfortunately, it's looking increasingly likely that we're going to see severe storms as well. So let's get things started at 11 a.m. this morning. And I do have to mention an initial round of scattered showers and weak thunderstorms late morning through the early afternoon. These would not be severe storms. It'll probably be mostly showers, but I do have to mention the chance for some weak thunderstorms embedded in this scattered activity, which looks to start pushing in around 11 a.m. this morning and will continue until about 2 o'clock or so this afternoon. Notice I've got things stopped here at 1 o'clock. I can see that dot of orange showing up. That indicates the possibility of a thunderstorm, but not a severe storm. Still think it's going to be a warm day because no cold front yet. We're talking about high temperatures reaching the upper 70s, and it's going to be breezy, gusts around 20 miles per hour for sure during the early afternoon, but I fear some wind gusts stronger than that once the severe threat begins, which could begin as early as 3 o'clock. So that initial round out of here, 1, 2 o'clock, but already some new storms starting to pop up, and these storms could be severe because what we're concerned about occurring ahead of the cold front is some supercell thunderstorms, the strongest storms that are out there. Now, these will probably be isolated supercells, so I'm not convinced everybody is going to see rain in a window of about 3 o'clock this afternoon until 7 o'clock this evening, but I do need to mention the chance for some supercell storms. It could produce some large hail, maybe an EF0 or EF1 tornado. Got to mention the chance. That's a possibility at 5 o'clock. Now, what's going to happen beginning around 7 o'clock, the chance for the supercell storms going away, but now the cold front is going to be pushing in. And so we expect a line of storms to develop. And the biggest threat with this line of storms will be some really strong wind, though I've still got to mention small chance for hail, maybe still an EF0 or EF1 tornado, but I'm more concerned about the hail and possibly a tornado in the window of about 3 o'clock to 7 o'clock. And from 7 o'clock through the rest of the evening hours, we're watching this line of storms with the cold front. So it looks like the line's starting to push in around 7 o'clock. Looking real stormy, lots of heavy rain and lightning, 8, 9 o'clock. I do think the cold front to clear of us, though, by 11 o'clock. And once the cold front clears us, yes, there could still be some lingering weak storms and showers, but no more severe storms. So to summarize, yes, we're looking at a large window from 3 o'clock this afternoon to as late as 11 o'clock this evening where severe storms are possible. And because it's such a large window with a chance of supercell storms, particularly from 3 to 7, and then that line of storms from 7 to 11 o'clock, I do think it's going to be difficult for us to avoid seeing some damaging wind and hail. Now, most likely, we're talking about a quarter-size hail, wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. But again, because of the threat of those supercells, particularly in that window, from 3 o'clock this afternoon to 7 o'clock this evening, I do have to mention there is an outside chance wind gusts could be as high as 70 miles per hour if a supercell moves over you, and possibly up to golf ball size hail. And yes, though the chance is not high, do have to mention a chance for an EF0 or EF1 tornado. Now, we're not talking about strong tornadoes because today we're not talking about strong supercells, but any supercell is technically strong. They're strong storms, but we're not talking about the strongest supercell, so we're not talking about possibility of strong tornadoes, but can't rule out an EF0, EF1 tornado. And finally, because we're talking about multiple rounds of rain, I think 1 to 2 inch rain totals are going to be common, and in a few spots, we could see up to 3 inches of rain, and where that occurs, that would result in some flooded roads. So the big takeaway here, stay weather aware this afternoon and evening, and be prepared to head indoors when the storms roll in.